Hi everyone and welcome to Mama Social, the podcast. I'm Lauren.
And I'm Kayleigh, and we're here to talk motherhood, womanhood and all things adulthood.
So grab yourself a bev and enjoy.
But I am on a mission to declutter.
Really?
You know, last year I did
I
it.
want to be on that mission. I want to be on that mission. I want to be right there with you. It's too hot. I just can't stop looking at camper vans and caravans and lodges.
It's the longest we're going to have left the kids. Like, if that plane goes down.
Why are you thinking about death so much?
So,
I wouldn't be surviving right now if it wasn't for my garden. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, Kayleigh, it is the best place I have ever been. Like, it is the best kids place I have ever been, hands down. Like, I will 100% do the 1.5-hour journey to go back.
Give less Fs about what anybody else thinks.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I imagine you won't even be thinking of this if your friends were not giving you dirty looks. Let's go.
Let's go. Oh, where's my notes?
How are you?
I'm sweating.
You look beautiful.
No, I'm really good.
How
really
nice
good
has the weather been, man?
It has been all right, you know. I'm not going to lie, I do complain about it most days because, you know, me and heat.
I instantly remembered why I don't wear this dress.
Because you can't stop doing that.
Some child. But, and you tell I'm going away this weekend. I've just got like every summer holiday outfit out. No.
You know what? I've been enjoying dressing.
You've inspired me.
Summery.
You've inspired me.
Yeah, I've enjoyed the pretty dresses. Mm-hmm. I've enjoyed me denim shorts. Mentioned these before. Nice long shorts that don't have your ass crack on show. Stunning.
Or, what's this?
Where you chafe.
Your chafy thigh.
I mean, my mum does keep telling us that I've got a camel toe though, but again, just nobody should be looking at me.
We talked about it the other week.
Yeah.
Stop looking at me snatch.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes up
It
top.
is what it is. Remember when Chloe you won't remember this because you probably don't watch the Kardashians.
No, I do, you know.
Yeah.
But only...
I am shocked.
Shooketh. I only got into them about 3 years ago.
Oh, I love a bit of the Kardashians. I
haven't watched the last
series.
Three. No, I'm 3 behind the last series.
What, you on the newest series?
I am.
See, because I've been watching Vanderpump Rules, so I've got no time for anything else.
Yeah.
Do you remember when Khloe Kardashian used to wear that thing for her camel toe? And it was basically like...
Hold it all up?
Like...
No, I can't
I think
remember.
it was like a panty liner, but like a hard panty liner that kept, you know, the vagina...
In place?
In shape, in one.
You know what that makes think of? Remember years ago when... Was it Towie or some man? I don't know what he was on a magazine and he was wearing it looked like a fanny pad on the beach, but it was black. And you just...
Bobby.
Was that who it was?
Yeah.
And it just pushed on.
Yes.
And I'm like, who needs that much time?
It was just covering the peen and the balls.
Peen and balls, and it just, how would you keep that? Imagine just walking along the beach and it flops out.
Don't know, but maybe
it's the same thing.
Maybe this could be my like business idea. I'd go into like camel toe preventing pants. Camel toe prevention. Do you know what I mean?
Oh God, don't, because I'll hyperfixate on the name and stuff. I'll send you a business plan tonight.
Oh dear. Oh.
Anyway, how's your week been?
It's been good. It's been quiet the last
it?
week. I think because we went away the first week of the summer holidays, we've spent like the second week not really doing anything. I think we were like all stuffed out. Mm-hmm. We've done so much stuff that we couldn't bear to do any more stuff.
Mm-hmm. I've got that summer. It's normally spring you do like deep cleans, but I am on a mission to declutter.
Really?
You know, last year I did
I want to be on that mission. Like, I want to be on that mission. I want to be right there with you. It's too hot.
No, this is the best time. I've been going through my loft. It's so hot in the loft.
I was going to say,
it's like a sauna.
It's hot up there.
But no, like I'm just, you know what? I don't know why I'm thinking about this, but when my parents die, I am going to be tasked with, I know we've changed the whole thing.
The tone of the episode.
When they die, I'm going to be tasked. Our Kelsey's not going to bother. Our Mark's not going to bother. I'm going to have to go through. They have 2 massive lofts that I'm going to have to organise.
So you're making it easy for your kids?
like what'll happen is I'll just go get a skip, throw all this shit in there. So why am I holding on to all the, like, there's prams upstairs, there's a cot, there's rockers.
See, I'm a ruthless flinger-outer anyway.
No, I'm
not I don't keep stuff.
Oh, we've
like
kept
I don't
everything.
Yeah, my sister's loft's like that. There's everything in there.
Well, Eva's cot bed's gone because we've got her a proper bed, and that's just been in the garage. And Dale's like, we need this, go and sell it. I'm like, I can't be bothered to sell now. Now Isla's pregnant, so I was like, Isla, do you want a cot bed? She was like, yeah. So I rang Tash. I was like, you have to come and get this before Dale throws it in the skip. So now she's just got like a full cot bed just sat in her bedroom. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just like, I want to open a cupboard and know where everything is.
Yeah.
So I'm on that journey. Did you hear me, Tommy? I said that Dale's mum last week, she was like, it's the most wonderful
music
thing
to my ears
I've ever heard.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I've been doing this week, just hossing out.
Yeah,
I opened a cupboard at my mum's today, right? And it's just packed full of papers. I was like, what's that?
Do you even know what's in there?
What's all of them? She was like, oh, we need to go through them. And I'm like, well, hurry up, because I'm not. When you nick off.
What?
I'm feeling like death is
Why do you keep thinking that someone's going to die? That's awful. Right, stop talking about it.
I know. God, holding on the wood. Anyway, Pits and Peaks?
Pits and Peaks. You go first, I'll get mine.
Pits and Peaks. We went camping.
Oh, yes.
And we were supposed to be going to a little Lindy Fest.
Oh, and did it get cancelled?
Cancelled 7 days before.
That's so annoying.
So annoying. But they were like, because the infrastructure needed building, and because it was so wet the week before, they couldn't build anything, so they cancelled it. Luckily, we could find a campsite that all of us could go to, because I was like, 6 weeks holidays, we're going to struggle here. But we didn't. We had a wonderful time. We rented a camper van. We've rented it a few times, but we've not took the kids. It's normally just me and Dale.
I have a question.
Hit me.
What kind of camper van?
It's just a big transit that's been converted.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Can you show me it?
Yeah.
How much is it to hire?
It's Dale's friend, so I don't know if he rents it to other people.
I get you.
But he does have a sign on the back, so I imagine he must.
Yeah.
But I think it was only $350 for the weekend. I get mates rates. I'll get you the dates.
I just can't stop looking at camper vans and caravans and lodges, and like I just feel like I need.
Well, being away
in my life.
Being away this weekend with the four of us in the camper van, I was like, we're not getting a camper van. Get me a caravan, if anything.
Yeah,
like,
well,
there just
my dream
wasn't
is
enough,
a caravan.
There just wasn't enough space.
Yeah.
Like, for the four of us. But the amount we were in it, because the weather was insane, it was
fine.
Good enough. And if we had an awning, he doesn't rent the awning out. If we had an awning, I think we would have felt like we had more room.
Yeah.
But we just had all of our like cooking stuff outside, and hopefully nobody steals stuff. And nobody did. So that was fine. So the peak was we all started playing rounders.
Oh.
But we got like the whole campsite involved. And it was, we played it for so long, everyone had to go and get torches to finish off the game. So we've got a video.
I don't know why, but this reminds us of Twilight.
Oh, really?
You know, when they all play.
I don't
think it's rounders. Is it rounders?
Anyway,
what did they play on Twilight?
It was mint.
What is it?
Baseball.
Baseball. On that big field.
Ball games. It was so good. But I peed my pants. So Adam tried to tackle us and a little bit squirted out. And then one of our friends was on second base, and this teenage lad was playing with, like, literally dads, kids, everybody. This teenage lad was running, he went to second base. One of our friends was on second base, and she went to catch the ball, caught the ball, and went to put it on the thing, and somehow smacked the, like, 15-year-old's willy. And she was absolutely mortified. She, like, just turned and hit him. And he was like, it's all right. She was like, I'm so sorry. I started proper belly laughing because of how panicked she was. I was like, You didn't do it on purpose. It was in the spur of the moment of the game, but she was absolutely mortified. So it was a proper, you know how we've been talking about core memory?
Yeah.
Core memory, like just
fun.
Yeah. Good-hearted fun, like simple pleasures. So that was my peak. The pit, I didn't end up going to my hobbies. No, the other week.
Oh, no. Why?
I got a cold.
Oh.
Like, you know, that banging
Does
cold.
Does that stop you from rugby tackling people at the floor?
MMA. I didn't want to. If some wifey was snotting on me, I'd be like, will you get out of the way?
Imagine you in the bear stance. Snot.
There was so much snot. So I didn't go out to my hobbies, but I am going to be going next week because I am away this weekend to Benidorm.
Oh.
I'm a little bit anxious. Can we unpack this?
Why?
It's the longest we're going to have left the kids.
Yeah, but how long is it?
3 nights, 4 days.
Get a grip.
I know, but we're in a different country. And obviously I've left them, or Dale's left them.
Yeah, but
we've
never
not both.
together.
Like if that plane goes down.
Why are you thinking about death so much?
So I'm thinking about death,
You're
right?
being
Since
very
I turned
dramatic.
36, right? I'm really thinking that I'm going, like, I know this is pathetic, but I'm like, like death is soon.
It's not soon.
But I'm being like overly dramatic on age.
I do think you think about it more when you've got kids though, because I mean, I'm calling you dramatic. I wouldn't go on any of the rides at Flamingo Land because I was like, none of these rides are worth my life. Not one of these rides is worth me leaving my children for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I went on 2, but like I chose 1 a day and that was it.
Just in case.
Like I'm just not bothered about stuff like that anymore. But you know, when you see something, like you see a video of a ride going up in the air and it doesn't stop, it just keeps going and going and going. Like that was in my head, and I was just like, none of these are not worth me leaving my kids for. So I'll just stand to the side with my dogs. I'm fine.
And you're hearing about more planes just going down.
I haven't heard of any planes going down.
One went down the other day, but Dale's like, Kayleigh, they're not in Europe. Like there'll be them tiny little 2-man planes.
Oh yeah.
Smashing into the Himalayas or something. Like, I don't know. I'm feeling, you know, the other thing, I'm thinking about like disorders, like getting older. Like how I feel now is what my mum felt like at my age. And then she got really unwell and she's been unwell for 20 years. Mm-hmm. Like that could happen. My mum didn't think she was going to be unwell. And then it just happened. Don't know, panicking about silliness at the minute.
Right, well, you just get a little grip.
Yeah.
And
get me in front of Sticky Vicky.
Panic about things when it happens.
Yeah, I know. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't help, but you're right.
Just stay fit and healthy. Keep your hobbies up.
And there you go.
When you can. Take some vitamins.
Oh, gosh. There's that many vitamins out there, man. Mad. Anyway, there we are. There's my pits and peaks.
Right, well, my peak is I've survived the first 2 weeks of the summer holidays.
Well done.
2 weeks? 3 weeks? 2 weeks.
God knows.
2 and a bit weeks.
Merging into one.
Yeah. But we've survived so far.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually been quite fun.
Yeah.
And my pit, it's not a pit. But I would just feel like nothing like bad or anything's happened this week, just my mediocre life. Mm-hmm. So this is definitely not a pit, so I don't know why I'm classing it as a pit, but I'm just going to mention it anyway. Yeah. I went for my smear test. So this is just a reminder for everyone to go to your smear test.
I don't know why we make such a big deal out of it. I don't think it's bad at all.
Well, I don't think it's bad at all either, and obviously, but some people do.
Why?
Some people do.
I know people do.
It's bad. Like some people must just be uncomfortable. I really don't know, but I don't think it's a big deal at all. I always remember when I was pregnant, both times I went for an early-ish scan and had an internal scan. And I remember then telling certain people that I'd had an internal scan, and everyone was like, oh, that must be awful. Da, da, da. And I was like, well, something bigger was up there to get us pregnant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It wasn't longer. But do you know what I mean? Like,
that's probably tickled us.
Other things go in there that are bigger and scarier than that tiny little thing that tickles your cervix.
I think, like, you should not be bothered by it at all.
No, absolutely not.
And they've seen that many vaginas. Like,
they've seen, so many. But it's just very, very important. So waiting for the results of that to come back. Yeah.
And everything's going to be fine.
Hope so.
Well, yeah. Not to be bothered about. So this week's topic, have you done all of them? Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
This week's topic is school holiday essentials.
Oh, essentials.
Essentials. What are your essentials for smashing the school holidays? You know what I would suggest with this weather? A paddling pool.
Do you know what I was going to say?
Garden in the paddling pool.
A garden.
God bless you if you live in a flat.
I know. A garden.
Yeah.
And I am so sorry for people out there that don't have gardens, because I know that not everybody has a garden. But if you've got a family member or anywhere you can take them that has a garden, because I wouldn't be surviving right now if it wasn't for my garden. Because obviously we're very lucky that for Oaks' birthday, me, Glenn and all of the family chipped in to get a play area for Oaks. And it's just one of the best things. And I mean, at the weekend, I went and bought it was 40 quid, a little like picnic looking bench thing where the lid comes off and it's got water in one side, sand in the other. He doesn't move. He does not move. He just sits at that table with this little, I got him a bucket, and it's not a bucket and spade, it's a bucket and ice cream cones. So like he just sits and makes sand ice creams and then shouts, "Who wants ice cream?" Like, but it's just the simplest little thing, and he honestly plays with it for ages. And then other essentials, a paddle and pool and a little tent. We've got like a little sun tent so that there's a shady, a little pop-up tent so that there's a shady bit for OV. And honestly, we've just had so much fun. Picnic blanket. We've had so much. Actually, I got a really good picnic box off Amazon as well.
Did you?
Like this plastic retractable one. And then, but it also turns into, the lid turns into a little table.
Aww.
And it's got 2 little cup holders, and it's got a place for an iPad. So obviously when it's dinner time, we pull up the little table and it's just exciting for them, isn't it? I mean, like it was cheap as out.
We've been doing picnics in the house.
Yeah.
Just putting like the blanket on the floor in either a takeaway or a picnic, and all 4 of us sitting around on the floor, and they eat so much more because they're like, this is fun.
Oaks absolutely loves a picnic.
Yeah.
Like he loves it. Like, so we just get that little picnic basket and take the top off, and he just sits, and it's just lovely.
I think it makes all the difference when the weather's good.
100%. If the weather was miserable, obviously you can't do that, and it does make things a lot harder because most of your options are soft plays, and
so expensive.
Soft plays are
expensive. Let's just say this, why am I, the adult, paying to get into a soft play?
I know.
I really try and not go to them ones, but the kids love them because they're getting older now. It's like there's more there, and I'm like, I'm not going down your slide. Like,
sometimes I do, to be honest.
No, but
it does say that you're not allowed, though. The signs and stuff up that says that adults shouldn't go down the slides.
It really irritates the hell out of us.
Yeah.
Proper irritates us that I'm
They know what they're doing as well, because you go into these places where it's like 11 quid a head to get in, and then the first thing you see is all of the big lollipops and like everything that they've got, and then you just get badgered the whole time. I want one of them, I want one of them, I want one of them. And they're like a £5.
Yeah. And then
you could spend 50 quid at a soft play.
I think I spent 60 the other week, and I purposely didn't eat cake because I was like, I'm not paying any more.
Yeah.
I think we spoke about it
briefly. But you can't go to a soft play and not get a coffee.
I know.
Do you know, like, that's what keeps us going at the soft play.
Yeah.
When we're there and it's heaving full of kids.
Did I tell you that time, when I was a mum of 4 and we took the kids?
Oh, yeah, you did.
Dale just left. Went and sat in the car after half an hour.
Oh, no.
I was like, what? How am I? I'm not allowed to leave. And he was like, I just need 10 minutes without this noise. And I was like,
well, you should have swapped after 10 minutes.
I know. But I didn't actually mind it. I was just sat watching them play. It was fine. So yeah, there's loads of stuff you can do that's expensive. But
did I tell you about my new favourite place? I don't think I mentioned it last week. So obviously we went away, didn't we? And we were in like North Yorkshire, and we went into York to a place called Piglet Adventure Farm. Have you been? Oh my God, Kayleigh, it is the best place I have ever been. Like, it is the best kids place I've ever been, hands down. Like, I will 100% do the 1.5-hour journey to go back.
Piglet Adventure Town.
Piglet Adventure Farm. So it's a farm, and they've got like a big tent where they put like shows on during the day. So it had this big like dragon slaying show on, and they've got like this big maze. They've got this big fairy trail. They've got a beach. So they've got like a man-made beach where you can hire a beach hut. So we hired a beach hut, and like we had everything in there. And it was unreal. It was unreal. Good food as well. Good food, good coffee. Mint. It was really, really good. Somewhere like that is worth spending a little bit of money on.
Well, to try and keep things cheaper, there is a brand called Kids Pass.
Yes. Kids Pass. There is loads of places on Kids Pass.
But even like cinema.
Yes, the cinema. Sea Life Centre.
Like, yeah, I think you pay, is it £1 or something for your membership? And then you get discounts off like loads of days out.
I am pretty sure it is £1. It's cheap.
Yeah.
It's really cheap. And then you get access to basically just loads of discounts. Right. So I've just checked, and it's actually £1 a month to access all of these discounts. So we will pop a link in the show notes to Kids Pass, because that is just a brilliant parenting hack.
Got like over 1,000 attractions, restaurants, and days out. So it's well worth £1.
100%. Parent hack, Kids Pass
101. It's essential for the summer holidays.
Yeah.
So I just think keep it light, keep it bright, keep it cheap as you can.
100%.
Because going back to our rounders, the kids won't remember the amount of money we spent. Freddie's never going to remember playing on roadblocks for the first time on that holiday. What he will remember is flying around in the dark on the rounders that cost us nothing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
100%. Sometimes I do think that, like, as parents, we put pressure on ourselves to get our kids out every day and be doing stuff, because you do see people doing all sorts. And it's like the first week of the holidays, we did something every day because we were away, and then we barely moved out of the house the second week. Like, we were in the garden, we went on a couple of walks. But I just feel like you don't have to go to these places. Like, it is fine to stay in the house and bake those cheap cakes that you get from the supermarket.
I've got 4 packets of them.
Yeah.
Space
like,
ones.
if there's a day, that's a good thing for a rainy day.
Yeah.
Like, just bake some cakes. They love it.
Our kids do. They've got their own bowls, their own mix and
they
stuff.
do it all. Yeah. So just don't be putting pressure on yourselves to get out and about and doing all sorts and spending loads of money.
Yeah, because it is expensive.
Yeah.
So enjoy. And wine at the end of the day. Or a coffee.
Do you know what? I'm really not enjoying drinking.
You know.
Just really not enjoying it.
I drank the most beautiful bottle of red wine away.
The thought of a bottle gives us shivers. I don't know. Honestly, I'm just really, really not enjoying it anymore. I don't know why.
No, I'm fully back on the train of alcohol land. The sun just gets you.
See, if I had a drink in the sun, I would die. Like, you've seen me. It kills us off.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Share your shit. Share your shit. Right.
Right. We have a little share your shit message.
Hit me.
And it goes like, this is relevant to last week's episode. So obviously last week we did the breastfeeding episode. Breastfeeding. Hi girlies, how long do you think you should breastfeed for? I'm loving my breastfeeding journey and it feels really special, although I notice that people are giving me weird looks now. My baby is getting older and coming up to a year. I've had other mums tell me there is no nutritional benefit after 6 months. Yeah, there is. although the World Health Organization have recommended to breastfeed for 2 to 3 years if you can. I noticed that my little girl doesn't get as ill as her friends at nursery, and I think it's due to breastfeeding. I don't think I'm ready to give up our special snuggles yet.
So just don't.
Well, and if you're not ready, then don't give up the special snuggles.
This goes back to that,
yet.
like, give less F's about what anybody else thinks.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I imagine you won't even be thinking of this unless your friends if your friends were not giving you dirty looks. Or
coming up, dude, like one's not that old.
Eva didn't even have teeth until she was over 1.
Yeah. Like, I just think do what is right for you.
Yeah.
Do what you want to do and do what is like convenient and good for your family, for you and your family. And it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. Mm-mm. Like, I just think as well, like, you know, people that think breastfeeding's weird.
Is them cards in your face on that camera? You're like...
Probably. Like, people that think that breastfeeding's weird.
Then they're weird.
That's a them problem, not a you problem. And it's also because they've probably never breastfed. Because
or been breastfed.
I was one of those people. I was one of those people who didn't want to breastfeed, had no desire to breastfeed. And I used to think, I can't think of anything worse than having a baby attached to me boob. But then when you're doing it, it's the most natural, lovely thing ever. So I just think the people giving the dirty looks just aren't in your situation.
They're not, but also are you not thinking that people are giving you dirty looks, and people just aren't. They're not that bothered about stuff.
Yeah.
Like, as I'm getting older, I'm thinking people have got their own stuff going on. You know, when you're younger and you'd be like, everybody's like,
yeah.
No, people's got their own stuff.
Yeah, I just think you just do what's right for you. What I do think about this scenario, though, you know, like as they get older and you breastfeed and as they get older, I do think it'll get harder and harder to stop because I think it's probably going to be like tantrums and stuff when they're not getting the boob, isn't it? So if you are wanting to stop soon, then maybe start putting the wheels in motion. I don't know the advice to give because I haven't got to that point. Like, I've never breastfed for that long. Yeah. But I've seen people and I know people that have really, really struggled to then get their toddlers off their boobs. So you don't want that to happen because obviously there is going to be a point where you probably do want to stop.
Well, just thinking of one of the girls in the office, her son's turned 2 and she cannot get him off. Like,
and does she want to get him off? Yeah.
And
why?
He just like,
does he kick off?
Kicks off and he like pulls on her boob.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're gonna have to just strap them up if just keep
them
away. But I think it's the like night times and that's
if that's how they settle and how they comfort.
Like some kids have blankets, some kids have teddies. Like, no, just and there's no advice that you can give at that point. I think you're right about like if you want to wean them off at some point, then start implementing something, but don't let it come from somebody else's opinion.
Yeah, not because people are giving you dirty looks. It's got to come because
your journey has finished.
Yeah, because your journey is coming to an end.
Can I share a quick share your shit from this weekend? Quickly.
Yeah, but you've got 2 minutes.
Okay. So it's parent fail. So two of our friends, they've got a caravan at this site and their kids are slightly older, so they were off on their bikes having a nice time, and we were opposite them in our camper vans, but there was a field in between. Them two were sunbathing, and then they must have thought, let's go and have a cheeky one in the caravan. So both fully naked, one of them the man on top, full throttle. And then the next thing I knew, not me.
Could you feel it?
Wasn't me. The next thing they knew was their oldest son opening the curtains in the caravan to their bedroom, and he's full throttle. She's got her legs akimbo. And he's like, oh my God, you two are so weird. And they just like dove off. He shut the curtains and ran out. And they were both just like, what do we do? What do we do? No. So you know what he did? Collared him back in and said, do not tell anybody. We're going to give you £100 towards Roadbox.
£100 to keep your mouth shut.
Bribed him. But by the time I'd got up to the pub, somebody must have told Dale, because Dale then started telling every single person around us.
They should have gave Dale £100.
But it was proper funny, proper parent fail. So, Kayleigh's fact of the week. Fact of the week. In Scotland, particularly in rural areas, the autumn break, around September and October, is known as Tattie Holidays. Historically, this was the time when children helped the potato tatty harvest. The break from school allowed families to enlist their children's help to gather the potato crop, which was a labour-intensive process. This isn't just in Scotland. My mum and them still call the October half-term tatty picking week. Tatty picking week. So I know we're like close to Scotland, but that's what they used to do. Obviously, we're not
doing all the harvesting stuff in school.
Can you remember? Did you do a harvest dance? And you all learned like traditional, like.
I think we might have danced.
Dosi, know your partner.
I was going to say dance around a pole, but that sounds wrong. You know, with the ribbons. Is that harvest?
Maypole.
I don't know.
That's me.
Right. Okay. Wrong thing.
With the ribbons. No, the harvest dance with it was basically like country and western music, but I loved it. And you all had to take cans in, but you'd all just turned up with like
with a
pineapple chunks, pineapple rings, loads of pineapple. But no, I think that my mum calls it tatty picking week.
Tatty picking week.
So. Any myths from you this week that you've noticed? I don't think
I've got any facts for you this week. No urban legends here. Not that I can think of off the top of my head.
Not that she knows.
I'll have to start writing them down. I'm gonna have to start like fact checking myself all the time. Right. There we are for another week, guys. If we can get you to do all the usual of liking, subscribing, leaving reviews, sharing us with your friends, that would be stunning.
Epic. Have a lovely week. We'll see you next time.
This episode of Mama Social, the podcast, was filmed and produced by Flamingo Heights Podcast Studio.
Lauren, I'll see you soon.
See you soon.
I don't like
Why
you
say Lauren? Just say see you soon.
Steve.
Because we're talking to our listeners. See you soon.